Have you ever tried to add or subtract time in Excel only to end up with weird results or formatting issues? Maybe you're working in a timesheet and you just want a simple way to calculate total work hours. If you struggled with Excel's time calculations, don't worry, I've got you covered. Hi everyone, I'm Andreas, and in today's video we're going to dive deep into how Excel deals with time. We'll cover everything from basic time formatting to adding and subtracting time. We'll also look at real-world examples where we can calculate total hours worked on a payroll timesheet. And don't worry, I'll break everything down in a simple and easy to understand way. So, grab a coffee and let's jump right in. Before we start adding and subtracting time, we need to talk about how Excel stores time. Unlike regular numbers, Excel treats time as a fraction of a 24-hour day. That means that 12 p.m. noon is stored as 0.5 because it's halfway through the day, and 6 a.m. is stored as 0.25 since it's a quarter of the way through the day. It's a little quirky, but hey, Excel likes to do things its own way. Now, Excel allows you to display time in several ways. You can have just hours and minutes like 8:35, and also include seconds like 8:35:30. If you prefer, you can display time using AM and PM, or you can use 24-hour format like military time. And sometimes you may need to show elapsed time, like tracking more than 24 hours of work, which requires a special format. But don't worry, I'll show you exactly how to do that. And trust me, once you get the hang of it, it's way easier than trying to explain to someone why Excel thinks 1 p.m. is actually 0.54. Let's start with something simple, adding time. If you want to find out the total time spent on different tasks, you can just add them like regular numbers. For example, let's say you want to add the length of those courses. You can simply enter those times into Excel and add them together using the sum function or a basic formula. Easy, right? But here's the catch. What if your total time exceeds 24 hours? Suppose that this Excel dashboard course includes 19 hours and 50 minutes on-demand video. By default, Excel resets back to 0 after 24 hours, so you might not see the correct result. That's why the result is 3 hours. To fix this, you need to change the format of the cell. Just right-click the cell and go to Format Cells. From this window, choose Custom and click inside the type box. Now type the following, open bracket, age, close bracket, colon, M again. Those square brackets tell Excel to allow time calculations beyond 24 hours. Click OK. Now your total will display correctly. This is super helpful when tracking long work shifts or total hours worked over several days. Because let's be real, sometimes it feels like our work days never end. Now sometimes you don't want to just add two existing time values together. You might want to add a specific amount of time to an existing time, like adding 2 hours and a half to 10 a.m. This is where the time function comes in handy. Instead of typing everything manually, you can use a formula that tells Excel exactly what to do. Here's how it works. Let's say you start work at 10 a.m. and then you want to add 2 hours and 30 minutes. You can type a formula like this, equals B10 plus time, and open a bracket. The time function takes 3 parts, hours, minutes, and seconds. In this case, we're adding 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 0 seconds. Hit enter and Excel will give you the new time, 12:30 p.m. Super useful for scheduling, especially if you need to plan snack breaks strategically. Now let's talk about subtracting time. Let's move on to the subtract time worksheet. If you need to calculate the difference between the two times, it's as simple as subtracting one from the other. For example, if you start work at 8 a.m. and finish at 4 p.m., you can type equal D3, which is the end time, minus C3, which is the start time, enter. And Excel will return 8, meaning you worked for 8 hours. Hopefully those hours included a coffee break or two. Now remember what I told you, that Excel treats time as a fraction of a 24-hour day. So to display that time as a number with 1 or 2 decimals, I will right-click on the cell and then Format Cells. I will select Number as category. I'll leave 2 decimals and press OK. The result is 0.33. 8 hours out of 24 is essentially a third of the day. But here's an important detail. If you want the result to show as a number, like 8.5 hours instead of 8:30, you need to multiply it by 24. That's because Excel stores time as fractions of a day. To convert it into a regular number, just modify the formula like this. Select the cell, and in the formula bar we put parentheses around our formula. And multiply that by 24. Now you'll see the result as 8.00 instead of 8 a.m. Because let's be honest, we all love seeing our hard work in decimal form when it comes to calculating paychecks. Let's copy the formula down. Great. Just like we did when we added time using the time function, we can subtract time using the time function and the same steps. Click on C9 and type equal B9 minus time, open bracket. Now type 2, 30, 0. Enter. Alright. Now let's put everything together in a real-world example. Imagine you're tracking Andreas' work hours for March, and you have a simple table with the time someone clocks in, clocks out, and takes a lunch break. To find the total hours worked, we need to subtract the clock in time from the clock out time. Subtract the lunch break duration from that total. Multiply the final result by 24 to get the correct number of hours. So, if an employee clocks in at 8 a.m., clocks out at 4 p.m., and takes a 45-minute lunch break, the formula would look like this. Then multiply by 24 to get the result as a decimal number, which can be used for payroll calculations. Alright, let's do it for the 1st of March. Click on cell F4 and type equal, open parenthesis, the clock out time, which is cell C4, minus the clock in time, and close parenthesis. These are the total hours worked for the day. Now we are going to subtract the break time from the total hours worked. So type minus, open parentheses, end break time, which is E4, minus break start time, cell D4, close parentheses. Let's put parentheses around the entire formula and then multiply all that by 24. Enter. To convert it as a number, right-click, Format Cells, select Number category, and OK. Copy that all the way down to find the hours worked for March. Once you have that, you can multiply the hours worked by their hourly rate to find their total earnings. And just like that, you build a simple timesheet calculator. Now, if only Excel could also calculate how much caffeine you'll need to get through the day. Excel is incredibly powerful when it comes to handling time calculations. Just remember these key takeaways. If your time calculations seem off, check your formatting. Use bracket, H, bracket, colon, M for totals that exceed 24 hours. Multiply by 24 when you need hours displayed as a decimal. Use the time function when you need precise calculations. And that's it. Now you know how to add and subtract time in Excel, format it correctly, and even use the time function to make your work easier. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you have any Excel questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And hey, if you made it this far, you definitely deserve a coffee break.